press record today.
I have pressed record.
Perfect.
I've put the thing up.
Because the last video, like...
Oh my god, dude.
So the first, it's like the week in review, and then there's Game Club and Miss Marvel, I think. And I think you started it in the middle of the Miss Marvel section. So like that Miss Marvel recap is, the first half is just like dog water camera. And then all of a sudden it's like, boop, boop, HD, 4K.
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty funny when I was like, I watched the delivered video and I just was like, oh god. And the other thing too is like, I cropped the top of the video so it doesn't say podcast recording, so it's like a smaller video that's like boop, full size. Yeah, so it's pretty funny that way.
That is funny. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the Stream Void Podcast, episode 91.
Wow.
We're slowly encroaching on our centennial episode.
I don't know. Is it slow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we've been... oh, well, maybe not.
I don't think so, dude.
No, we're quickly approaching our centennial episode.
Yeah, we've only missed a few weeks, really.
Yeah, that's true. I was like, how did we... It was funny. I was like walking down the street the other day. I'm like, how have we only done like 90 episodes, but we've been live for a year? I'm like, oh, right. It's only 52 weeks.
Yeah,
a year,
like how many weeks are there in a year?
I am Mikey T, and of course, across from me is Curb
Hello.
Stomp. You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Yes.
Sure can. You are listening to the Stream Void Podcast. You might be watching the Stream Void Podcast. This is a podcast about life and video games and everything in between.
It is.
And so, I will ask you about life.
Oh,
and
okay.
Work.
Okay.
So how was your week?
Week was okay, I guess. I mean, work was whatever. We had this stupid PST audit at work. So like every certain number of years, I guess they check to make sure you're paying the provincial government enough money.
Yes.
So we have to like produce all these like, receipts and like, why didn't this customer pay PST on this receipt? Oh, well, that's a safety boot. There's no PST. Why didn't they pay it on this receipt? Oh, here's the child exemption for kids' clothing, even though it's adult size, because whatever. So we had to produce all these things. But
wow.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But the one thing that really sort of upset me was like, we write everything off for work that we take off the shelf to use. Mm-hmm. And we have to keep the receipts and we total it all up. So at the end of for the end of 2021, I had done that and I'd totaled them all up and I had made a grand total and handed it in, right?
Yeah.
So I was off the one day and I came back and the woman in the office was like, okay, we need to total these all up and get a number already. And I had done every month separately with a Post-it note with a total for the month, separated out. Like, this was how much it cost. This is how much we paid. Like, this is how much the GST was. This is how much the PST was. So I was like, okay. And I was like, well, where are all my Post-it notes? And she's like, oh, they got lost. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, the work was all done and now I have to do it again? Like, thanks for wasting my time.
Should have kept it in a spreadsheet.
I mean, I didn't think she was going to just throw them in the fucking trash. So all the other stores, they were done properly like that. And then I had to do this all again. So I was like, well, whatever. If you want me to waste my time, that's fine by me. But yeah, I spent a lot of the week doing that. And then yesterday I get to work and there's a weird email, not a weird email, but basically I get an email and it says like, okay, while I'm away, make sure this gets done or whatever. And then I was like, is she on vacation now? So then I asked the manager, I'm like, yeah, is she on vacation for a week? And she's like, I think she's gone for 2 weeks.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, that's good. Like, I don't have to see her for 2 weeks, right? And that means like 2 days of my work week, I'm alone in the office. So it's even better. But I was like, wouldn't she think to tell me she's not going to be there? Like, she's so ridiculous, man. So, whatever. It was just stupid that way, but it's going to be a good 2 weeks.
Yes.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. And that was basically it for my work. Other than that, it was just gaming, basically.
Nice.
Yeah. How was your work week?
My work week was short.
Oh, really?
It was 5 days, but it was also very short.
How come?
It's just busy.
Oh, yeah.
The busier you are at work, the more it flies by. It's like, oh, it's the weekend again already, but it was just Monday. Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, just incredibly busy at work, and due to my advanced age, I don't perceive time properly.
My advanced age. Okay, all right.
It's so weird. It just flew by, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, there goes July. See ya.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. July is almost gone, so
yeah, it's just work.
That's good.
Just working along. Lost a guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now I need to hire a guy for the office.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just to do like basic input work, and hopefully they know CAD and Jira and Confluence, and
That's a lot of things to know.
hopefully they know it. That would be a bonus if they did. If not, no worries, because I still just need somebody to just do basic inputting of things. If they knew the industry, that would also be great. So I was really hoping that I could just use someone from the cruise to just come to the office. Be like, hey, you don't have to travel anymore. Just come to the office and, and do the work. But
they I like traveling.
Yeah. There's like one guy, maybe two guys who would do it and who would actually enjoy doing it, but they also like $160 a day for travel.
Yeah, exactly. So, they're not old enough to have to stay at home.
No, definitely not. They're definitely a couple of young sprouts.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I'm like, do we have to hire a guy? The guy who just left would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But the boss was like, no, don't use him. I'm like, why? He's like, no.
So like the boss fired a guy?
No, the guy, he quit.
Oh, okay.
He quit
because he couldn't. I'm not understanding.
He quit because the boss is ridiculous.
Okay. Was he a new guy or is he an old guy?
Yeah, he was there for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And then it was stupid.
Okay.
We have terrible office politics because our owner our boss is ridiculous.
Yeah. I've been listening to all the podcast episodes. This is a returning theme for you.
Yeah.
You were saying how like everyone was coming to you and complaining about everyone else. And you'd be just like, oh, I don't want to hear it. I'm like, just tell them to stop coming to you and telling you. Like, just tell them to shut up and you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So. But
now I'm in the office more, and now I have all those complaints as well.
yeah, for sure. But yeah. It still sucks to have everyone's coming to complaining and be like, yes, you already told me this last week.
Yes, I know.
It's the same thing. Shut up.
I know.
So, whatever.
Yeah, we're hiring for, I need to put an ad in for the office guy.
Mm-hmm.
But we're hiring, and it'd be handy if I could just hire somebody who knew the industry already, or just move somebody over to who knew the industry, but
good luck
get somebody
with that.
Fresh. I got a few people in mind from the friends list, but I don't think they would fit in.
No.
And we are also hiring for like general labor guys.
Oh, crazy.
At $24 an hour. So
wow, nice.
Anyone out there listening?
Want to move to Canada? There you go. That's $24 Canadian.
Yeah, 24 Canadian.
It's like 12 cents American.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely enough to live on.
Yeah.
And work week just flew on by.
Nice.
Yeah. I took the roof off the Jeep yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know it could come off.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
everything comes off.
That's why the hair's so long now, so it can blow in the wind.
No, I got to get rid of that hair. It's so long.
It's getting crazy.
I know.
It's getting crazy.
Got the pool. Went in the pool a few times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, everything on the Jeep comes off. The top of the
doors.
The front top comes off. The back top comes off. The doors come off.
Really?
The front windshield folds down.
Wow, I didn't know any of that shit.
Yeah, that's standard.
Oh,
that's like standard for every Jeep.
Oh, crazy.
Everything comes off.
Crazy. That's cool.
Yeah, I installed some new mud flaps to try and prevent rocks from hitting the back hinges of the doors.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the back doors hinges, the lower ones are all just super chipped up.
Already, eh?
Yeah, from the big tires grabbing rocks and just throwing them straight into the hinges.
Too much off-roading already.
Yes, way too much.
Well, you know
apparently.
what? At least it's getting off-road, not like a lot of these guys that buy these and it's just like never seen dirt in its entire existence.
My Jeep sees a lot of dirt.
Yeah.
A lot of dirt.
No kidding.
Yeah, cool. Last week we went out hiking on Sunday, and we went up to the White Lake area of the Shuswap, which is just like a little lake in between the Salmon Arm and the Seymour Arm of Shuswap.
Yeah.
And we're going up in the hills there, and I took an Instagram post, made a post, and then suddenly Nine Arsons is like, hey man, Where are you?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
I'm like, I'm in the shoe shop. He's like, oh, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you make your way down to the water and we'll pick you up on the boat?
Oh baby.
So we went down, tried to get our way down to the water. Finally got to the water in a public dock, and he came, picked us up. We spent the rest of the day on the boat.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Lucky day.
It was a good time.
Cool.
Yeah. What'd you play for video games?
What did I play for video games?
Yes.
Well, I'll leave Generation Zero till the end, because then we can both talk about it. I played a bunch of Vintage Story, of course. I'm still addicted to it. It's just a crazy, fun game, you know. It's just got the right, I don't know, the right amount of progression, the rate of like going into the game and getting stuff going. I don't know. Really works for me.
Nice. It's got a good amount of grind.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. It's like there's always like something to discover.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they're updating it a lot, adding new stuff in, tweaking it. The devs are very active, so people will just be like on the Discord saying like, "Oh, is it intentional that when you throw a candle on the ground, it doesn't emit light anymore?" And then the next reply will be like, "Oh, that's unintended. I fixed it for the next version." So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we were just discussing before the podcast started that Vintage Story just straight installs on the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
just
I
right
know.
in the menus.
I wish I didn't know that. I wish I didn't know that. I don't know. Maybe I just like the idea. I could take it to work and like on my break, just whip out the Steam Deck, play some Vintage Story.
You sure could.
I don't know, man. I don't think I should do that really. That's my reading time. That's like my only time I read is at work, basically. So yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I wish I didn't know it. I played As Dusk Falls, which is the new like story-based adventure. It's not really an adventure game. You're not walking around at all. It's like it reminds me of Hotel Dusk on the DS. It's just a story told through still images, basically.
It's like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah, basically. It is pretty much.
Yeah.
And the story's very interesting, and the choices are like, holy shit, what am I going to choose here? Like, how can I get out of this predicament? So I played that on stream on Tuesday. I only had one guy die.
Ooh.
He was one of the bad guys in air quotes, but everyone else survived. But it was just like, how do I make these choices? There's only one person that I know survives throughout the game, because the story at the start of the game is told through the perspective of the daughter, Zoe.
Yep.
So I know she lives, but anyone else can die. Probably
anyone else is up for grabs.
So when my choices are made, like, do I send Zoe like to the line of fire? It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, she lives anyway.
She's gonna live anyways.
Next time you do it, she's gonna go out and die, and then it's gonna be told through the skies.
Yeah, who knows? What? Exactly. So this game is split into two they call it 2 books.
Yeah.
So I completed the first book on stream on Tuesday.
Nice.
And I'll do the second book next Tuesday. Very cool game. I'm considering editing it in a different style than I would for my normal YouTube videos, where I've been just putting it no face cam up.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to edit it so like only the parts where something crazy was going on, I'll put in those sections with the face cam, where I'll have like my reaction to whatever was going on, and then the rest is just sort of the raw gameplay with my commentary or whatever.
Nice.
So we'll see if that's something I want to spend a lot of time doing, because that sounds like twice as much work. Editing 2 videos simultaneously, basically.
Yeah.
And the other thing too I found out for editing was like I was editing up my Plague Tale video to put on YouTube, and I was like, oh, what did I say at this part? Like I can barely really hear it over the gameplay. I'm like, I'm gonna have to turn this part up. Let me mute the audio game track. And then as I did that, I was like, oh, why don't I always mute the game audio? Because my like mostly right now I'm just cutting out like stream chatter where I'll be like, oh, thanks for the raid or whatever.
Yeah.
So I get that out of there. So this time I could like, first of all, I could see where all my talking was on the timeline, so I could get to it really easy.
Yeah.
And then I could like hear it very easily and be like, oh, trim this out, trim that out. And it made it a lot easier anyways.
Nice.
So, and then I think the only other thing I played was Generation Zero with the tank and the Mikey T33.
Hello, that's me.
That is you. That's a fun game.
It's pretty fun, yeah.
We had a good time playing it.
It's a little bit buggy.
It's
there's
buggy
some issues,
and there's issues,
sure.
but like the funness of it was sort of like made up for the weirdness of it, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, it's like you're a teenager that's been away from your homeland of Sweden for a vacation or something, and you come back and like everyone is dead and missing, and some killer robots have attacked Sweden.
Yep.
We have to figure out why and like defend ourselves. And it's a first-person shooter.
First-person survival crafter.
Yeah, not much crafting going on, but there's obviously that's going to ramp up when you get more materials and find recipes. That's the other thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably more like a Dead Island style of survival.
Yeah.
Where it's just like crafting.
But
items
even then,
and weapons.
You were crafting in Dead Island from like very early on, like a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, they ease you into the crafting. So it's funny too because when we started, both you guys had gotten into the game, and then I got into the game, and you guys had already found pistols, and I'm like, oh, well, I got a baseball bat, and you were both like, didn't you find a pistol on the dead guy in here? I'm like, no, I found an adrenaline shot in 5 rounds.
I don't know where we found the gun. I think there's just a gun that you get that we missed where we got it from.
Yeah,
because those are universal drops. It should have stayed there.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just glitched out because...
Well, because there's also the one bin where you guys got guns and I got a bat.
The bins are different, though, but when this was a gun laying somewhere. It wasn't on a dude.
Huh.
So the guns that are laying around, those ones are like the... Well, it says when you get to the zone, it said like you found 0 of 1 gun and 0 of 1 secret. So there's a gun somewhere.
Well, it says 0 of 1 weapon. It doesn't say gun.
Well, I had a bat and a gun at that point, so...
Yeah, because when at that first zone, when it says all that, I had 1 of 1 weapon.
Oh, weird. Okay,
so my weapon was definitely a bat.
Anyways. It was interesting anyways. We had fun time playing it. It did crash 3 times for me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I think it might have been something to do with the connection to the tank. Because he was hosting.
Could be, but I didn't have any issues.
You crashed. That's where you quit playing. You crashed and you're like,
oh, okay. No, I didn't actually crash. I just quit playing.
Oh, God. You son of a bitch.
So I went back to play this morning as well, because we had gone through this section in the church where there's this girl sitting up top and you have to like get her out. And it's all like barricaded off. Yeah. But when you go up there to let her out, you unbarricade it.
Yeah.
And when I went back there, because there's a submission you can do, which is to go back up into the thing and go into a door that was locked. I went back up there and it's all blocked up again. And I had no prompts to unlock it, no prompts to move anything. I was like, oh.
Did you crawl underneath it?
You can't. The board is there.
Oh.
And you can't interact with the board at all.
Yeah, it's very weird.
So I couldn't do this mission. I'm like, why can't I do this mission? Like, what the hell?
I think they're still working on it. So I think that, stuff like that could get fixed potentially. But it's very weird anyways.
Yeah. And I found that the combat is way easier.
Oh, when it's not ramped up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was just one shot killing everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they got that fuel tank. Have the fuel tank on their back, and you just hit that once, and they blow up.
I mean, that happens sort of in multiplayer too.
Yeah, but I think it's a lot harder when they're chasing down somebody else instead of chasing you down.
Yeah. When they're not running straight at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they run straight at you, you just go pop, explode.
Yeah.
And then everyone else explodes around. And you're like, okay.
It also seems like some like the salvaging. I salvaged my gun that had my attachments on it, and it salvaged all the attachments at the same time. So I'm like, where's my 4x8 and where's my like silencer and everything? And it's like, oh, they're gone. I salvaged them, I guess, which sucked because then I had a rifle with nothing on it. I had a better rifle with no scope or anything. So I was like, fuck. All right, but
I found a bunch more silencers.
I mean, I'm sure I did find more stuff, but it was just like, I got a new gun that's better, and I was like, let me equip this one up. And it's like, oh no, actually you can't. It's like, fuck. All right, whatever.
The great part is your first mode of transportation.
Oh, the bicycle.
Bicycle.
You get your fixie bike. We're total hipsters.
Yeah, definitely a fixie.
Yeah. I'm gonna say there's other bikes to be found eventually.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, it's riding around. You got your little bell, bring, bring.
Yep, trying to go up hills. You're like, and you don't stand up to get more drive to the pedals, you still sit down going uphill.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh my God, I got to go away from the robots. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
this
just
is not working.
slowly pedaling up the hill.
They're just shooting me straight in the butt. That's great.
Exactly.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah.
A little bit buggy.
I would recommend it. It's on Game Pass. It's free. I had trouble getting it to run with my Cam Link for some reason, so I couldn't stream. I had downloaded the PC version. So right before stream time, I was setting up, because I tried it. I started it up. It worked fine. But then when it went to go to actually stream it, the Cam Link kept crashing for some reason.
Huh.
It was because the game's resolution kept trying to change. I don't know. Anyways. So then I was like, crap, I quickly downloaded the 360 version. Or the 360 version, the Xbox Series X version. Wow, I went back in time there.
You went way back in time.
And, I downloaded it in 30 minutes or whatever, but I was like, fuck, this sucks.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, whatever. I got it going anyways. But yeah, fun game. I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
Seems, I don't know how many people can play it. I would guess 4.
I would imagine so.
But, yeah, it was fun.
Pretty fun.
Recommended.
Pretty fun, yes.
Mm-hmm. Did you play anything else?
I played some Neon Abyss, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I've been playing a lot of that game. Though, still, the further you go along and the more stuff you get, the harder it is to see your enemy bullets.
Yeah, no kidding.
I had one run where I had like 30, 40 eggs following me around and
wow.
pets, and it was just madness.
No kidding.
It was like, oh, for every unhatched egg you get additional firepower or fire attack speed or whatever. And then I had a thing where every time you get all the checkpoints, you get double the amount of eggs that you currently have.
Oh, wow.
It was
you were
pretty
full
ridiculous.
of eggy weggies.
Oh yeah, I definitely beat the boss on that one.
Nice.
And then I was like, I went to fire up Mudrunner.
Oh yeah,
So I
I saw you playing SnowRunner or some shit.
Yeah, I went to fire up Mudrunner. I'm like, oh, this is just in Russia, and I can't. There's no DLC. There's no anything.
Yeah,
so I was like, I'll just go buy SnowRunner for $60 with all this DLC and stuff.
Oh my god, why?
I don't know.
Oh, because you have a Jeep now?
Because I got a Jeep now, and I'm like, I'm gonna get the Jeep DLC and drive a Jeep around.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I've been having fun doing that. It's pretty fun.
I tried to play. I don't know if it was SnowRunner or one of them was on Game Pass, and it had started with missions where I had to fix a bridge and I had to drive.
Yeah, that's SnowRunner.
Oh, it is SnowRunner.
Yeah.
You have to go get wood to fix the bridge. Yeah. I don't know if it's still on Game Pass, but I tried it on Game Pass.
I've been having a lot of fun with it. There's
It was
one
interesting.
farm in the middle of the map where you have to deliver a bunch of stuff to on Michigan.
Yeah.
And it's just like 2 foot of mud.
Yeah.
Like right at the drop-off spot. So you get your like big truck in there with loaded down with stuff, trying to unload it, and you're just like, okay, well, now I'm stuck.
Nice.
Now I'm stuck. But apparently playing multiplayer is the way to do it, because then your buddies can come and like pull you out of the ditch and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, the driving through mud and stuff is fairly good.
Yeah.
Driving on the highways is fairly sketch.
Yeah.
As soon as you pick up any speed, because your tires are like they're giant tires meant for off-road.
Yeah.
So driving anything smaller, you just kind of like bounce and skid around.
Yeah.
Anything big is fine. But the only thing I don't like, they're trying to go like super realistic with like the car physics.
Yeah.
But I've come to some points where I'm just like definitely destroying the underside of my Jeep with a rock.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, no damage. You're
high centered on it.
Yeah, totally high centered.
Yeah.
There's definitely a rock underneath puncturing my gas tank. But no, it's like, no, you're not. You're good. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just keep going then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think I'd stop playing it because I tried to do one of the like challenges. There's like challenge mode or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you can, I don't even know what you get, unlock something.
Yeah, there's all kind of parts and stuff.
Yeah. So I was like, let me try this out. And I shouldn't have done that because it was like impossible to do, basically.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. And I was just like, fuck this game. Uninstall.
You get, your 2-inch lift kits and.
Well, you have a set truck and you have to like do something.
Yeah.
And it's like driving over this crazy terrain and shit like that. It's like, how do you even do this? So.
You weren't using the Jeep.
Well, you don't get to choose.
I know.
Oh God, you're such a Jeep stan.
Man, we went to Safeway last night.
Yeah.
And like all the tuners are out there.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Just like revving their engines up. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Where they buy the A&W?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'd never seen that before.
Yeah, they usually have the old car ones there too.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot there.
Oh yeah.
There was a nice Jeep there with a 2-inch lift kit and some big tires. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah, you could do it.
I could do it.
Yeah.
Nah, too much money.
Exactly. It's never too much.
I suppose.
Cool. And anything besides SnowRunner? Were you playing that on the Steam Deck?
I played it on PC and Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, and how did it play on the Steam Deck?
Oh, fine.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Nice.
Yeah, I like to be able to curl up on the couch and just
snow run
or Neon Abyss or whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, the only thing so far is that some games on Epic are not cloud saves.
Oh yeah.
So I tried to play some what's that other one? Superland.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh, you still got to start over from the beginning. I'm like, oh, okay.
I
don't
guess
want to
so.
right now. I will, because I have to record footage for the video.
What?
But who knows when that's going to happen.
What is SnowRunner?
Yeah, could.
Yeah.
It took me forever just to edit this stupid Apex video together.
Yeah, there's a lot of cuts in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like trying to cut out as much as possible while still maintaining where we're going, what we're doing, who I'm shooting at. And it's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Jake's comment where he's like, "It looks like you broke your LCD screen with that timeline."
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like all cuts.
Exactly. Cuts. So on that video, I commented, "What's up with this comment section or whatever?"
Yeah.
So do you know why I did that?
No.
YouTube has changed the layout of comments.
Have they?
Yeah, they were on the right-hand side of the video.
Oh, that's weird.
So I clicked on the comment thing, and it sent me up here to write my comments, and then it appeared over here on the top right-hand side.
Weird.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, what's with this comment section? Not like I was like, this comment section is wilding out over here or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was just like they changed the YouTube layout. It was very weird.
That is weird.
It's like they're rolling out a update or something like that. So.
Yeah.
So I only saw it that one time, I think. So yeah.
Weird.
It was very weird.
Very weird.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's about my week.
Okay.
That's about your week.
Exactly.